Hey coin collectors, Dan the Collecting Man here. Today I want to talk about some of the cool counter stamps that have been released out of the Royal Australian Mint this year. So these are the ones that have something special about the coins apart from what you'd normally see in circulation. So they're a little bit more collectible, and there's different varieties and different ones to collect. So I'll go through the key ones that have been released this year, and I'd love it in the comments below if there's any others that you know of that I may have missed. But I'll go with one of the most basic ones. Now this one's technically not a counter stamp, but it's something a little bit different and unique anyway, and there's a lot of counter stamp additions to this. So this is the 2025 60th anniversary of the Royal Australian Mint. This is the $1 coin, and as you can see here, the key thing that we're looking for in a lot of these coins is in the middle here there's a little C. So that's the one key thing there. You'll see on the following coins that this changes from a C to different things. So that's what we're looking for there. Now this one is made out of the Royal Australia Mint. So this is one where you go and you can actually pay and actually have the coin pressed and made right in front of you. So it's pretty cool. So let's have a closer look at this one and the design, and then we can see the differences between what this one looks like and the ones that are coming up soon. Alright, so I'll just chuck this under the microscope here. So I've just got a little microscope just so we can have a look at it under here. And as you can see right in the middle, it's very clear in the middle of the 6 there, that nice little C. Really nice quality from the Royal Australian Mint. So that's the C Mint. So I'll go into the next one. So this one you're looking around $30 for a bunch of 5. So I think these will be quite collectible in the future, because anything that's got to do with the Royal Australian Mint can be quite collectible. Then we saw these ones here. This was part of the Sydney show. So this one is a little bit more different. So as you can see here on the card itself, there's different cards to get. So as you can see here, you've got this one which is got the robot on it. This one's got some of the coin press that you can make yourself. This one's got some people collecting coins and some of the other key icons of the actual mint, as you can see here. Pretty much the same. The only difference, as you can see here, is at the bottom. This one says Mint Mark C. This one doesn't say that, but it's got an S at the bottom. So that's the difference with this one here. And inside the actual 60, we'll see Counterstamp S. So you can see the way it's indented will be quite different on this one here. So if we find the middle there, you can see how the S is indented in the middle, and that's what makes this one quite different. So these ones now are looking to be around $20 each for these coins, and I think over time they'll go up as well. So we're not sure what the mintages are, so it'll be interesting. I'm not sure if we'll ever be able to find out the full mintage on this one, because it's got unlimited at the moment, but it'll be really cool to see what the mintages are on those. So they will go into the P and C, so I'll save some of the better ones for later. So this is the P and C that came out. You can still get these. Only 6,500 of these were minted, and they will have this special post stamp in the middle. So hopefully we can get this under the microscope here, and might need to change the focus on this one a little bit. As we can see, we've got a little envelope. I'll turn around. See, we've got a little envelope in the middle of this one here, like a little post stamp. So that's what's different about this one, is it's got the envelope in it, and 6,500 quite low. Like I said, this one retailed around $20, and you're looking around $30 to get this one at the moment. I think this is a bit of a sleeper personally. And there's also the limited edition one that's just been released out of the Australian Post. That's only 700 of those are made for $65, and they're still actually available, which is quite crazy when I had a look at it. But this is definitely one that I think would be a pretty cool one, and the limited edition one. So the one with 700 is the same coin itself, so nothing key different. Then we see this one here. I think you can still get these ones. This is the 4 coin set, so there's no counter stamp per se, but you'll see in each one you've got a C there. Then we've got a B for Brisbane, an M for Melbourne, and the S for Sydney. So that's what's different with these ones, is they're all got different letters in there. Let's see if we can get a nice little look at this one. Again, I have to change the focus. So you can see that nice big B for Brisbane. We'll move it over to M for Melbourne and S for Sydney. And obviously C for Canberra is the same coin. So they're the key ones there. And then the one that is probably most collectible out of these coins set would be this one here by far. So this does have a maximum of 5,000. So uncirculated condition, only 5,000 of these are made. Sold out reasonably quick. And as you can see here, this is from the Royal Australian Mint 60th inside the 60. This one I will be sending off to be graded because I think this one will be quite collectible. And we can see in the middle, once we change the focus, we've got the 60 there. So we've got a 60 inside the 60. And I think that is what's going to make this one, for me, the most collectible out of the one for the year. So I got this one for $16. You're now looking at $90. But I think over time, this one will go up a bit more with King Charles on it. So I think that's the beauty of it. And it's very similar to this one here that we saw. So this one is from 2016. This is the changeover coin. And this was similar kind of release to this one, where they released it only in Canberra. And this one had the C on the side. So it's a C minted. And this coin already was in low circulation figures. So to get the cemented edition one, so you're now looking for this coin alone around $570. I've seen someone put it on eBay for $1,400. I don't think they're going to get a sale for that, but around the $500+ for this coin here when it retailed about $18. So obviously it's graded, and this one's a reasonable condition at 67 on top of that as well. So that's a pretty good one. So it's the Mob of Ruse with that on there. So it does add a bit of collectability, but specifically because it's got the cement on there, does add. There's a lot of people chasing cemented coins. And then we go on to the Ander coin shows. So these are the ones that I was collecting when I went to the Ander show and saw these. So it's your standard Mob of Ruse coin, and this is your 2025 Mob of Ruse coin, but each one has a different little privy mark. So these ones are only minted to 5,000, so very, very low. But you can still get them at retail price, which surprises me. So not as many people are looking to collect these ones. And the privy mark is like the map of the state. So that's like the map of Melbourne itself. And we'll have a look at this one. Again, I'm going to have to change the focus on these because they all keep changing sizes on me. And as you can see there, you've got the map of Melbourne, which is pretty cool. So $18 retail for that one. And then we go over the next one here. This is the Perth one that's moved around on me. And this will have a map of Perth in it. As we can see, once I find it, there it is. The map of Perth, just along there. Not as much excitement to look at that one. I think the map of Melbourne looks pretty cool. And then we go over to the map of Brisbane. Just there. This one looks really nice with the actual green on it. Comes out really nice, this card, the green and purple. 5,000 of these made. We'll see just under there, under the kangaroo, is the next one. There it is. There's the map of Brisbane, the city of Brisbane. And then we finish off with this one here, which is the map of Sydney. So we'll go down there and have a look at the actual map of, if I can find it, Sydney. Just in there. So you can see that. It's just an odd shape. If you didn't know what it was, you'd be thinking that's quite a random shape to have in there. But there was 5 Ander shows, and the one they missed out for is the map of Tasmania. So the Ander Hobart show, they didn't do one, which is a real shame. So I know it's the 30th anniversary of Ander, and obviously I'm not sure if Ander have done 30 years within Hobart, but it would have been really, really cool to have the Hobart one as well and have some of the key ones. And obviously Adelaide misses out, unfortunately, as well. But overall, I think it's pretty cool for me. Definitely having the 60th one with the 60 in there is definitely a keeper, and I think the Sydney one is pretty cool as well to look out for. So I'd love to know if you got them, and if it's something you like to collect, and what do you personally think of Counterstamped coins? Is it something that you like and you think is pretty cool? Make sure you do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Dan the Collecting Man to stay up to date and see all the cool releases coming up. And I'm doing really good reviews of 2025 and some of the cool stuff that we've seen. As always, thanks so much for watching and joining the coin collecting community. I'll catch you in my next video. Dan.